Yo, Warren, what up? It's Matt. Before we start this week's show, a very good friend of Bunny Ears and a good friend of mine and yours has a special message for us about a new project he's involved in that we're all super excited about, and we're proud of him. And rather than I keep fucking blabbering on, like, here he is to say it himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Warren, it's Mr. Matt Bennett.
Hey, everybody. Hey, guys. It's your boy, Matt Bennett, at Matt Bennett on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you to Matt Cohen and to Macaulay Culkin for letting me talk about this. I want to let you guys know about this awesome new project I'm so lucky to be working on. It's a new TBS show called Bar Mitzvahed, executive produced by Kaylee Cuoco of Big Bang Theory fame. Basically, it's a real passion project for us, a labor of love. And I play Robbie, a 26-year-old boy who, 13 years after his 13th birthday, decides to become a full man by having his bar mitzvah. And let's just say it gets a little crazy. The long story short, he gets sucked into a wormhole and has to relive his bar mitzvah over and over and over again until he gets it right. We have a great cast on the show. We have Bob Saget plays my father. We have Jamie Kennedy on. It's going to be really fun, and it's TBS, so it's very funny. Bar Mitzvahed, coming to TBS August 2018. TBS. Very funny.
Awesome, Matt. Thank you, Warren. So definitely check out Bar Mitzvahed on TBS in August. Characters Welcome. Is that it? Oh, you said very funny. I always confuse the two.
I think that Characters Welcome is USA.
Are you going to get in trouble? But they're both Turner networks.
No, TBS gets it. It's very funny.
Is USA a Turner network? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. Bar Mitzvahed. That's exciting, dude. When did you guys shoot it?
Oh, we shot it over this, before the summer started, into the summer. We're actually still shooting a couple of episodes. So,
is there room for a 20 in the camp? Bunny Ears cameo?
That would be amazing. If you guys want to come
work on it. So everyone check out Bar Mitzvahed. It's your boy Matt Bennett. Congrats, buddy. That's exciting.
Thanks, dude.
Let's hope it don't get canceled.
I know, and I love Bunny Ears. You guys always show me the realest love.
Oh, stop it. All right, and now on to the normal show. Bar Mitzvahed. He ain't bar mitzvah behaving.
That's right. That's our tagline.
Bind me, gag me, take me to the bunny ranch. People dying, kill me in the packing house. Even you.
Hey! There you go.
Turn down my volume now.
If you were worried you had hearing problems, that's your weekly check. You're welcome. Sponsored by the Hearing Doctor Association of America.
Yeah, the Hearing Doctor Association.
Use promo code BUNNY to get a free pair of ears. Welcome to Bunny Ears, the show where we deafen you and then just sing you sweet podcast melodies. I'm Matt Cohen, joined by our illustrious host,
Dr. Ear Guy.
Dr. Ear Guy.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Ear Guy.
You might know him from his work in Dr. Ear Guy Goes to Town.
Yes, goes to camp.
That was a porno, yeah. Oh, you should also say you're a doctor and amateur adult performer.
Yes.
Amateur.
Thanks, Dr. Zismore.
There you go, buddy. That's a New York reference. There's a guy on the L train right now losing his shit.
He officially retired a year or so ago, too.
Warren, for those of you who don't know, Dr. Zismore was a New York area dermatologist.
Yep.
And he would run local TV ads, and there were hundreds of them, but every single one ended with some variation of a woman with a very thick Long Island accent going, "Thanks, Dr. Zismore."
Thanks, Dr. Zismore. Actually, there was a whole commercial of just people going,
it was
"Thanks,
a
Dr.
supercut?
Zismore. Thanks, Dr. Zismore." So, yeah, it was kind of a thing. It was a thing in New York.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest this week,
Dr. Zismore.
No, folks, it's here we are in the height of summer. In the dog days of Augie.
Yep.
And you know, Mac's not a big outdoors guy.
No, I'm more of a city kid, really.
Yeah, I mean, and I like a forest every now and again.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
you do you hike?
I do hike.
And you seem like a hiker.
I did go to summer camp growing up, and I also did spend most of my formative years alone by myself in the woods of Long Island smoking pot.
Well, there you go.
We got that too. But we thought, you know what? It's summer. A lot of people are at camp right now. What better thing to talk about than just summer in general?
Yeah, summer outdoorsiness and camping and stuff.
And all that stuff. And we actually have a very special person to do that with us. Folks, you might know him from a million different things. I knew him primarily as a young teenager.
Jodie Foster.
Well, no. As a young Jodie Foster, but also as a young man with a bald father and 3 bald uncles, I went, all right, well, here we go. Here's a handsome bald man on television I can look up to.
Handsome, huh?
And then years later, you fucking lied to me, man. All of a sudden, the hair came back on.
Well, it grew.
Show goes
I
off the
prayed,
air.
I prayed at night, and those years of Smallville, I was like hoping I'd grow the hair back, and it worked.
Look at that.
Oh, he
See?
just gave it
There
away.
you go. It's just about prayer, guys.
It's
Yeah.
Smallville's Lex Luthor himself, a.k.a. the man who used to not have hair but then wished it on himself. It's Michael Rosenbaum.
I was a method shaver, too. I would shave everything.
What was that?
Yeah,
Good for you,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
I would.
yeah.
I'd get
How
rid of
old
it
were
all.
you when you booked that gig?
I was 27.
Were you bummed about having to shave your head?
I just didn't know. I thought they were going to fire me because I have this weird bump in the back of my head. It's like a matrix bump. It's called an occipital bone or an occipital bone. And it's just a protrusion, a large protrusion. And I thought, oh, man, they're going to see this, and I'm not as handsome. The lead guy, Tom Welling, is just so gorgeous, and I thought they're going to fire me. I'm like, ogre. I don't know. I just didn't. It was weird. But what it did was when I shaved my head in the pilot, because I wasn't going to shave my head for the audition. I'm not a complete idiot.
Yeah.
I looked in
Not
the
a
mirror.
complete one.
You're not that committed. Yeah.
But I looked in the mirror and I go, wow, you look different, man. It just helped me. When you shave your head or do something, it just changes you, right?
Yeah. What you see in the mirror, what you feel.
Yeah.
That's why I refuse to grow hair.
Yeah.
I
You have a good head.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You do.
I'll take that as a
Good
compliment.
facial hair, too. I can't grow it like that. Can you?
No, me? No.
I lucked out. I feel like
I'm all patchy and blonde.
Yeah, I'm off.
I like to think I'm a woolly willy that got shook upside down. You know what I mean? It just traveled to the bottom.
Do you get hair in your back?
Yeah, we've talked about this in a recent episode. Yeah,
Me too.
All of the hair from my head just went everywhere else on my body.
Big
for
old
some reason.
Woodstock, hairy balls down there.
Yeah.
That's good.
We didn't get that far, but sure.
Can we say balls and hairy balls on the show?
We can say whatever the fuck we want on this show, man.
Good.
Fuck your hairy balls.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
A lot of mutual friends, a lot of mutual interests. We were talking about. I didn't know you were such a horror movie buff.
Yeah, man. My mother, when I was 8 years old, introduced me to like Motel Hell, Make Them Die Slowly. She had nobody to watch
like
them with.
those
And
kind of
I don't-
fucking horror
Well,
movies.
and Jaws and Exorcist and all these things. So at 8 years old, I was damaged right away. I had no hope, and I was sitting in my room while everybody else was at proms and whatever, and dubbing VCRs where you have 2 VCRs and you're copying horror movies that you rent.
Yep.
And that's what I would do, and I'd memorize the trailers to Jaws. No creature has survived millions of years of evolution without change, without fear, without logic. It is as though God created the devil and gave him Jaws. I just
look
amazing.
at that. Just
But
right up the top of the dome, right?
yeah,
there.
dude, that's it. I mean, I love horror movies. I quote them. I have tons of horror memorabilia at home. I just interviewed Bruce Campbell on my show, and he's like a legend to me.
Oh, yeah.
He got me stoned,
Nice.
and we rode bikes together. It was really a treat. Yeah, Ash got me high.
Seems like a perfect day. Yeah.
It kind of seems like a perfect day.
Right?
Yeah. Like, and you guys were riding bikes on the podcast?
No,
that
it
would be
wasn't
amazing.
a mobile podcast, just on the road podcast. That's interesting. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
On the road podcast.
On
You're
the
on
road.
your bike.
Yeah,
on the
just
Need a
podcast.
Zoom or whatever.
It's like getting like
strap it
comedians
on.
getting coffee, like it's kind of like that, except on a bike.
Podcasters on
Yeah.
bikes getting stoned.
Yeah.
He took me to a reservoir. We drove around the reservoir, got really baked, and then ended up at the 18th hole of a golf course where they serve liquor, and we had a shot of tequila and called it a day.
Look at that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, that sounds romantic.
What
Yeah.
were some of your favorite horror movies growing up?
Return of the Living Dead, Evil Dead 2, Night of the Living Dead, a lot of dead movies.
Yeah,
Came so quick with that shit.
Exorcist 3. I was bummed that a lot of people saw Exorcist 2 and it wasn't very good,
Yeah.
but William Peter Blatty and Friedkin had nothing to do with it. And then William Peter Blatty wrote and directed the third one with George C. Scott, which is great. If you watch 1 and 3 with Brad Dourif in it, they're intense.
He is always
Brad
a creep.
Dourif,
He's
aka
so good.
Chucky, also.
Oh
talking
man,
horror
his
movies.
voice. There's some moments in that movie that will scare the shit out of you. Oh, and George C. Scott up against the wall, just going, "I believe in filth. I believe in infidelity, and I believe in you." It was just amazing. It was just amazing.
Mac, are you a horror guy?
Not a super big horror, like kind of, but I mean, I do enjoy a good horror movie. Every now and
What
again.
are some of your all-time faves?
Well, I mean, Exorcist. Actually, I remember seeing that way too early. Also, I was like 6 years old when my godfather.
Why do
showed
they
that
do
to me.
this for-
I don't know.
We're
I
fucked.
Don't know.
You're
Yeah.
fucked when that
It's that
happens.
one flash of the devil, like kind of thing. That face.
Oh yeah, just to dissolve or
yeah,
something.
it's, yeah, it's just like boom, and then it's like like right in the middle of that
Papa
whole
Zuzu,
thing.
I think that demon's name is or whatever.
Pazuzu.
Was it?
Pazuzu? There you go.
Pazuzu.
I
Yeah.
just remember the scene where the priest is with Reagan McNeil, the little girl, and he's sitting there, and the dresser door opens. The dresser, the drawer opens, and he goes, "Do that again." And she goes, "In time." No, do it now. In time. And I just remember shitting my pants. I shit right in there on the couch.
I'm trying to remember what I was scarred by the Child's Play trailer at a very early age, so I was like strict no fucking horror movies. And then at 13, everyone was talking about Scream. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make the jump. And I watched Scream, and I had to like grit my teeth through the first 2 minutes. And once Drew Barrymore got stabbed in the chest, I was like, oh, this is funny.
You just gave it away, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Spoiler.
30 years old.
You know, one guy was like clutching onto a sealed VHS.
Yeah.
Once I finally write my American masterpiece, I'm going to reward myself with a viewing of Scream. Sorry, buddy. Once that first
But
kill
she's on
happened,
the cover and everything.
It's true.
It is true.
She was on the cover.
Yeah, that's how they got you. That was why it was such a great twist. You know.
Drew Barrymore.
After that first kill, though, I was like, oh shit, I am on board for like horror movies. And oddly enough, it was all slashers back in the early 90s. So that was what I saw mostly. You know what I mean? And then I had to kind of
Halloween H2O.
delve backwards. Yes, totally. I still know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
I was in one. I was one of, right. Scream came out. Then I Know What You Did Last Summer. And then I did Urban Legend.
Are you an Urban Legend?
I was one of the leads in Urban Legend.
Holy shit, I saw that in theaters.
We just did a 20th anniversary. I don't know if I'm supposed to announce this. Who gives a shit? I just did. But they interviewed a lot of the cast and shit, and so it was pretty weird coming back and talking about old days. But that was a fun movie. But my thought was, horror movies were so much better in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even early 90s because there wasn't
creepier.
Well, you know what? Because cell phones didn't exist. You couldn't get help whenever you wanted. Now it seems like it's hard to make them. It's hard to scare you. Like It Follows, it was really good, and like I told you, Insidious. You should see at least the first 3/4. But there aren't a lot of great ones that really scare the shit out of me anymore.
Because you got to do something totally different now, right? So like even is it called A Quiet Place?
I thought that was a good movie.
Which is a cool. I haven't seen it yet, but it's a cool concept, right?
Yeah.
Because we're running out of slasher. We've run out of slasher movies, and we've run out of like damsel in distress or like college kids on cell phones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
no, I mean, I always like the meta ones. Like, I always like Scream, Cabin in the Woods. Love that.
Cabin in the Woods is
Cabin
one
in
of
the
my
Woods
favorite
was
movies ever
brilliant.
made.
Yeah.
That's really
Like,
smart.
I kind of enjoy those kind of thing. The commentary on
Did you see Happy
genre.
Death Day?
No.
That was pretty
I
good.
like
I think
that
you like
too.
it.
Okay, okay.
It's fun.
Like,
Okay.
it's Groundhog's Day with murder.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right.
And Blake Lively.
She keeps waking up dead, and she has to figure out who killed her.
Okay.
It's good.
That sounds like
Yeah,
fun.
it's
kind of fun.
It
Yeah,
is fun.
That sounds like fun.
Oddly enough, I remember like movies that have really at least in theaters. Movies that have really like fucked me up, like my list of the scariest movies I've ever seen in theaters. At least none of them have been like quote unquote horror movies. Like Stir of Echoes really fucked me up when that movie came out.
That was pretty good.
That Kevin Bacon movie. Did you see that, Mac?
No, I've heard of it though. Yeah.
It's like I don't even remember the plot. It's like a guy who can see ghosts.
I just remember, wasn't he burying something in the front yard?
Yup, it's just like
Or
really
was that
atmospheric.
Stigmata? I can't remember.
Or Fracture or whatever.
I don't even. They just blend. I'm telling you, I watch so many horror movies.
They all bleed together.
Event,
all bleed together.
Event Horizon
Yeah, I
is one
remember
of the
that.
scariest movies I've ever seen.
There's a lot of
in
visual
theaters.
like stuff in
Event
there.
Horizon. Yeah,
you remember that
It's
movie?
a throwback. Yeah.
to me.
Fuck yeah, man. And
I
at
remember
one
that
point,
movie.
it just it devolves into like a really psycho thriller madness
Sam
type
Neill,
thing.
just like covered in blood.
30 Days of Night was pretty good.
Oh, okay, that's the
vampire?
the vampire one in like Alaska or something like
Yeah,
that.
you
right?
remember? Like I remember the.
Is that Josh Hartnett?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the only word that
And
the
Ben,
vampires ever
yeah.
say, the only words the vampires ever said was the whole movie. The guy goes, "Oh God," and the vampire goes, "No God." That's all they say in the
That's the
entire
only-
movie.
the only thing.
The only line they
You
have.
know, it was a great both Let the Right One In and the
Newer one.
American remake.
Both were good.
Both really fucking good. Yeah.
Bone Tomahawk was really good.
I don't know that one.
Oh man,
Never heard of it.
Kurt Russell.
Oh, okay,
That's kind of a
you had me
slow-
at Kurt Russell.
Dude,
Is that a
I know,
western?
right?
Is that a western?
I would
horror?
fuck Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I'm not even
let's
gay,
get him
but
here right
let's
now.
go Kurt. Yeah.
Uncle
Does
Kurt?
anyone have a line into Kurt? Uncle Kurt.
Uncle Kurt.
I
yeah.
met him at a Christmas party, and I go, I don't want to bother you, but Bone Tomahawk's my favorite movie of the year. And I started to walk. He goes, hey, you can't do that. Come here, man. I go, what? He goes, I love that movie too. Why do you like it so much? And I just started talking to Kurt for an hour about why I love Bone Tomahawk. It's like a cowboy. It's like a western, funny, dry, and then it turns into a horror movie.
Okay.
I think you'll dig it.
Okay,
Smoke
okay.
a J if you need to.
Okay. All
But
right.
Yeah.
I have to start a list now.
I'll write you a list.
Okay. All right. All right.
I found out earlier, Mac, before you got here, that other than horror movies, you two actually share a love of a cinema classic.
Oh, Big Trouble in Little China?
Now, my friend, what have you based your adult life around? Which character from what movie?
Arthur? You an Arthur fan?
Dude, I'm not kidding you.
And I put my
Anybody who
mic down.
knows me, it's my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah,
I
it's-
just watched it a week ago.
I just watched it earlier this week in the bathtub.
He's like, fish is such a lonely business. I know almost everyone's like,
Except for fish. Yeah.
give me your hat, sir. I love Arthur with Dudley Moore is one of the funniest, most genuine, sweetest. I cry in that movie.
Yeah. No, I got weepy. Like, again, like, I've seen that movie
When
a zillion
Hobson
times.
dies.
Yeah, yeah. And when he visits her, like when Hobson visits. Yeah.
Oh.
And just, like, he knows where everything is in, like, their cabinets. It's like, you'll find the aspirin behind the, it's like never even been there before.
Oh,
Like,
it's so sweet in that funny moment when he's with the prostitute and he comes up and he sees his aunt and uncle in this fancy restaurant. And he goes, "Oh, this is Princess Gloria. She comes from a very small country in the West Indies. It's so small, Rhode Island beat the Rhode Island could beat the crap out of it in a fight."
it's small.
We're talking.
And he's about to walk away, and it's really small. It's tiny.
And the uncle's like, Arthur, we realize it's small. And we also realize you're very drunk. It's so small. A taxi across the country is only 35 cents. We're talking. This is not a big place. Best movie. Go watch Arthur. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah,
with
Warren,
yourself?
if you haven't seen Arthur or Arthur 2 on the Rocks,
Yeah.
where do you stand on the rocks?
Yeah, what's your stance on
It
the
doesn't.
rocks?
You know, it's funny because I was dating this girl and I showed her Arthur and she's like, "Oh my god, that was such a great movie. I want to." She goes, "There was a sequel." I'm like, "Yeah, we don't have to watch that." tonight."
yeah, we really don't have to do that.
Isn't that always a bummer when you watch a movie that you love and then you discover there's a sequel and then you watch
it's
it
a
and you're
shitty
like,
sequel.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Unless it's Evil Dead. And then
Yeah,
Evil Dead
yep.
2 or
You go Evil Dead 2 over Army of Darkness?
Yeah.
Because Army of Darkness is more of a comedy than a horror
Yeah,
movie.
Evil Dead 2 still had some creepy stuff as a kid, and I don't know, it scared me a little more.
Where are you on Evil Dead 1? Do we need it?
You remember it was made for it was made for a fraction of the cost.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
kind of cool to see what like Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell were doing
With,
in their
like,
young
nothing.
age, with no money,
Yeah.
and then they gave him a little money, and then Evil Dead 2. But they're both kind of interesting. But 2 is far better.
It's also like pretty close to being a remake of 1.
It is,
right?
and 2 is the
Yeah.
movie they wanted to make.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I was actually more of an Army of Darkness person, for sure.
That
I
was
guess
what
I kind of like
hooked
the
me,
weird sword
yeah.
and sorceryness of it.
It was.
You know, the chainsaw hand and
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff. Like, you know, just like had a lot of those like just one-liners.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, it was the invention of Duke Nukem, basically.
Yeah, pretty
right?
much,
Like,
exactly.
yeah, just a cool guy with a fucking
Yeah.
chainsaw on his hand, saying fun shit. Yeah.
First, you want to kiss me, then you want to kill me. Blow. It's like I don't know half the shit he says. Is just
Problematic now that I think about it. A lot of those lines. 2018 thinking. Summer is here.
Yeah.
Where'd you grow up, dude?
I was born in New York, in Long Island. I was born.
Where in Long Island?
Nassau Community Hospital in near Oceanside.
Okay, yeah.
But I grew up in Indiana, small town in southern Indiana.
Were you a big outdoors guy?
Yeah, I think we used to catch fireflies and play wiffle ball and climb over people's fences. Like that's the cool thing. And the neighborhoods were all so close. You'd hurdle people's fences and drink out of garden hoses and camp in the backyard with your family and like it was a different time.
It was like
period.
Sandlot.
Yeah, it kind
Just
of
a
was.
group of scrappy kids. Like,
Yeah, that's what it was like. And I just, I miss that. I just miss the innocence, the fun of being a kid again. And like I saw this documentary with Steven Spielberg, and he's like, "It's okay to be immature. I'm the most immature person in the world," he says, "as long as you're responsible."
Yeah.
And I don't know how responsible you guys are, but I was like,
Not at all.
Yeah.
but I'm pretty responsible. But I am immature, and I like to do shit. I if you look at my house, I'm here with you, and I
Yeah.
can see that your house, you have toys everywhere, and you don't really want to grow up. The inner child's just coming out, and that's kind of how I am. I just like having them close by, these things
Yeah.
that I grew up with. It just keeps me comfortable. I don't know what it is. What is that? That's psychological, dude.
Oh no, totally.
I think
I'm fucked.
Yeah,
But I was always like, well, when I was, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, when I grow up, I want to get all like these, I want these toys, like and the toys I couldn't get when I was younger. Like,
Yeah.
Now it's like, it's fulfilling that.
What do you
know?
have that you like your most cherished item?
Oh, I don't really have a cherished item. Although, I mean, I do have a very extensive collection of the Marvel Universe 3 3/4 inch toys. So like all of them.
Hundreds you have, yeah.
I even have the special edition like Thors and things. the amount of Thors that I have. You never knew there were so many Iron Men, But there you go. Like all the Captain Americas, all that.
So
stuff.
you've seen all these movies, everything. You
Oh,
love them.
I've already watched Infinity War just came out, for digital release 2 days ago.
Seen it 3 times.
I've watched it like 3 or 4 times already.
Mike, I haven't even seen it.
And then I've even gone back and
it's
watched
good,
my
man.
favorite scenes.
Were you into comic books and superheroes and stuff like that?
It's hard for people to just kind of respond when I tell them this, but the short answer is just no. I was into, like I said, horror. I was into Rocky. I used to wear my robe and run around the house and pretend that I could beat the shit out of anybody. And I just wasn't into comics. I just wasn't. So when I got Lex Luthor, when I got the role of the voice of Flash in the Justice League, or when I was, they asked me to be Martin X and Guardians, I was like, everybody's, dude, I knew nothing about any of it. And I just was like, okay, I loved Gene Hackman was my favorite Lex, and like
I was going to say, I'm sure you were familiar with those.
I just was like, I'm going to learn my lines, I'm going to hit my marks, I'm going to do the best I can, try to be believable, and that's just what I did. But I was never into that.
You
that was
didn't,
my
but
thing.
look, it also seems lucky for you that you didn't have the pressure of.
You can really vape. Sorry to interrupt
Yeah,
you.
buddy.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking and vaping's coming out of your brain.
It's one of my skills. Yeah,
it's coming out of your ears.
I would imagine that would have been easier for you to not have that pressure on your back, though, right? Like if you grew up a giant Superman fan, all of a sudden you're stepping into the shoes of this character you've loved your whole life, or you knew about at least. For you, it was kind of another acting gig, I'm sure.
Yeah, I didn't realize because it was right before social media. Smallville was right before social media, there wasn't. It felt like there wasn't as much pressure, but now that I look at it, I was definitely thinking, oh my God, there's so many diehards. They're gonna, if they hate you, they will tell you, and they will kick you out of the universe, and you'll get fired, and you'll be he's the worst. You hear it all the time with Jesse Eisenberg. People go, what do you think of that performance? And I'm like, he's a great actor. I'm like, I have no comment on any of this. But
You're not going to rank the Lex Luthors for people?
they just get so upset if they don't like what's being portrayed, So it's hard, but yeah, again, not having social media around made it easier.
Yeah. But you used to do the cons and things like that, though?
Yeah. I do the cons. They're fun. The fans are amazing.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. You go there, and it's just like, it feels kind of like family for me because, again, we all three of us share the love for, like, toys, and you love Marvel. I love horror. And it's just like you go there, and on my breaks, they're like, Michael, do you want to take a 15-minute break? I'm like, yeah, to walk around and buy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just buy toys, and I love that.
No, exactly. We're about to go to a wrestling convention, and people keep being like, why are you guys doing that? And we're like, because we love fucking wrestling.
Because we love wrestling. Like, yeah, that's why we're going to do it.
We would be, like, I think that kind of shared universe of that con world of the crossover of horror and TV and movies and wrestling and all of that shit. It's like everyone we ever loved growing up and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like Bruce Campbell is sitting next to fucking Ernie Hudson, and you're like, this is the. I used to make this happen with my toys as a kid, and now they're just in tables in front of me.
Yeah, Roddy Piper. Actually, I did this movie. It wasn't, didn't do well. Let's just say that. Like many movies I've done, but I remember he goes, you want to learn the sleeper? And I'm like, well, fuck yeah.
You did a movie with
I
Roddy?
go, Rowdy. He goes like, listen, I'm going to put you to sleep. You don't have to worry. I'm not going to hurt you. And he showed me.
Like a blood choke.
And he put me to sleep, and I just felt myself just, losing consciousness. And then he goes, now you're going to do me. And I go, what? I go, no. Rowdy, you're too big. He's like, no, it's all right. Just do me a favor. Don't fucking drop me. And we were against this bar. And he goes, all right, lift this arm. Now turn this. Now I'm gonna start losing consciousness once you start pushing that arm or whatever. And I did my hand, and all of a sudden I could just feel his whole body limber up. And I was like, I just put you to sleep, bitch.
Drop him, microphone drop. Roddy drop.
But he was the sweetest, man. I love that guy.
Like Warren, that's what's going on behind the sets of big Hollywood motion pictures. Just actors making themselves pass out for fun.
It's the sleeper hold game. Yeah, that's like old chestnut, that old classic.
Should we talk about whiskey slaps?
Whiskey slaps.
Which is kind of your equivalent
What's a whiskey
of that,
slap?
Right? Uh-oh.
All right, so it's
Why'd I ask this?
it's kind of primal. It usually have like a good,
All
like
of
a
our
good amount of
friends hate
people.
us right now.
And so what you do is like you have like you get cards, so it's like you get matching cards. So like if you pulled a queen, I pulled a queen, then boom. So we each get a shot of whiskey. I take my shot, and then you smack me, and then you take your shot, and I smack you. Now, this is not really a game per se. It's kind of an amazing experience.
Much as it's a primal release.
How many shots do you have to take?
No, just one. I mean, but you also kind of keep on rotating. It's one of those things where you realize that like you might like being smacked more than smacking or something like that, but your mouth is already kind of getting smacked by it's like
Do you
this
wait
whiskey.
till they swallow the whiskey and then smack them?
Yes, for
you
the
don't
most
want
part.
whiskey all over the place.
You don't want to surprise them. You don't want to sucker slap them.
And is it not a full It's like a slap.
It's an open hand
It's an
slap.
open hand
You can go
slap.
as hard or as soft as you want.
Now, have
kind
you
of
ever
thing.
opened it up really and just gave someone
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I've definitely gone
like
there.
a real
Yeah.
My vision
Yeah.
has blurred before from whiskey slaps. So here's how I'll bring it all back together. Shout out to our friends Nick and Lindsay at their wedding. You got blamed for it,
I got blamed for it. People
but it
wanted
was
to,
all my fault.
Yeah. People wanted to play whiskey slaps, and then all of a sudden they were like, "Oh, Mac, making everyone play whiskey slaps." I'm like, "I'm just sitting over here smoking." Like,
So
I'm
Michael,
like, I
it
had
turned,
nothing to
it
do with
turned
it.
into like 30 people at 2 a.m. at a wedding.
eating the shit out of each other at
And,
someone's
and
wedding.
the bride in her wedding dress and all that stuff. And that wedding took place at a summer camp in Big Bear.
Ooh.
Did you ever go to camp growing
Nice
up?
segue,
Thank you,
dog.
my
I
friend.
know.
Nice
So that,
segue,
see what you
bro.
did there.
Did you go to camp growing up?
You know, I really didn't go to camp, and maybe that's why I love going to camp now because I don't know. I didn't go. Well, first of all, I wasn't a popular kid. Not that you have to be popular to camp, but for some reason, I just don't remember being offered to go to camp or like. So I imagined what it'd be like, and I saw like movies.
You ever watch Salute Your Shorts? The Nickelodeon show.
Yeah. Camp Anawana.
Yeah, hold you in our hearts.
Oh,
When
yeah.
we think about you, you make me wanna fart. Yeah. That was the closest I got to camp. Also,
So you never really went.
You never went either.
no, I was busy.
So have you not gone to camp?
I had a job.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, you were nonstop working while I was farting and learning the trailer for Jaws.
Yes.
You know, wishing that my life would change somehow.
Well, funnily enough, you said you didn't get invited to go to camp. I didn't have a choice because my parents were like, "There's no fucking way you're staying home."
Are you a Jew?
I am.
I'm a Jew too. So
Yeah,
Jew
yeah.
camp. You went to Jew camp.
I did, but I didn't go to sleepaway camp. Actually, I went to a day camp in Long Island. And
What was
and
that day camp called?
It was called the West Hills Day Camp. It was beautiful in Huntington, New York. And like I went from the age of 4, I think, to the age of like 16. And once you got to like 12, it transitioned to a travel camp. So like we would go to like a week in Florida, or like we'd go to Toronto, and it was like for teens or something. But even then, after that, I worked as a camp counselor. I spent like
Jeez.
15 years in a row of my life
You've really lived.
at a summer camp.
You know what's funny?
You really live, man.
You've
Been
done
there.
it.
Yeah. That's
Done
that's
things.
yeah.
I mean, you
But-
you know you.
Yeah, you got that brass
Slept
ring,
with a
buddy.
lady.
Well, I was jealous though because my grandfather, he was the what do you call it? The camp
Like camp
director,
Yeah.
camp director, and he made his sons, my dad and my 2 uncles, camp counselors, and they were camp counselors. And my dad run the projector at movie night, and like they were, and I was always jealous hearing all these stories about camp when they were up in Monticello, New York. But we moved to Indiana, and camp just didn't happen.
There wasn't camp there.
No, so it wasn't until I was about 42 years old that one of my friends came up and goes, "Dude, I'm sending you something. I can't believe you didn't come up with this." And he sent me an email, and it was this thing called Camp No Counselors. I said, "What the fuck is this?" And I pressed the enter button, and this video came up of these adults at camp, bunk beds and eating in the commissary and having hot dogs and corn dogs and chili and kickball and arts and crafts and talent shows and these themed events. And I was like, how the fuck did I not come up with this?
Yeah.
And these 2 guys who created this, I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, this isn't even expensive. This is like cheap to go spend a weekend with your friends as adults and go to camp for the first time. And so I just jumped on it, and I got 6 of my friends and immediately went to the first camp, which was in L.A. These guys started, they were on Shark Tank. They started with one camp, Dave and Adam.
Yeah.
Awesome
Shout
dudes.
out.
Shout out to
Shout
the
out.
boys. So they started with one camp, and now it's become like, they do in Canada, all over the U.S.
phenomenon.
It's a phenomenon. And I went to this camp and had, I'm not even exaggerating, beyond the best time of my life. My face lights up when people say, how was your weekend? Or when I have to tell them, because you just, and at this camp, you're not even allowed to say, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
That's the rule. You can't. You're
There's
there.
no networking. Like,
No,
yeah.
there's friendship walks where I walk with you, and they'll say switch every 5 minutes. I'll go, hey, my name is Michael. And you're like,
Hello, yeah. Hi. do you like horror movies?
I'm Mac. Yes, I do. How's it? And we'll start talking, and then
Dr.
it's-
Ear.
But it got so exciting. I remember after the nature walk, the friendship walk, I was with a couple of my friends that I went with, and this one guy I talked to earlier this morning on the friendship walk, he walked by, and I go, Brian. Bryce, what's up? I met you on the friendship walk, remember? And my friends looked at me like, dude, are you kidding? I was so excited that it was.
I know that guy.
I know that guy. We met on the friendship. He's like, yeah, what are you, 4? I'm like, yes. For this weekend, I am 4. And so I went to this camp, and everybody's busy with their lives and work and stress. And I went, and it took me back, and it made me feel like I just got out of my skin for a second. I just was like, I was a kid again. And so it's funny because I found out that one of the creators of the camp, Dave Kushner, my uncle in Florida was his hockey coach.
That's so fucking
Small
funny, dude.
world.
And to make it even smaller, Dave Kushner went to high school with at BunnyEars.com editor Sean DePasquale.
Yeah. That's him.
And he likes
so I met him.
fish.
He's been at my house.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we know Kushner.
Dave.
And here's where it gets even weirder, dude. So this year on April 1st, Camp No Counselors basically thought they were doing a prank by announcing that Mac was going to attend one of the summer camps.
Because I think that's something that they do every year. So-and-so is going to show up this year. Like, oh, Bruce Willis is going to show up or something like that. Yeah.
So we woke up and Mac was like, hey, these people, this Camp No Counselor thing is like, said I'm going to show up to camp. They think it's an April Fool's prank.
So I gave them so I made a little video for them, and I gave them my writer about what I wanted on, when I showed up to camp. One of those things was Rider Strong.
So Mac made the prank real, basically. They were like, hey, Macaulay Culkin is coming to camp. And Mac was then like, yup, I am.
Yep, I am. And here are my demands and stuff. And
What
so,
were
yeah,
your
so-
demands? I want to hear the demand list.
Oh, I can't remember all of them.
I can
yeah,
find
because
it.
it
But
was a
nothing
photo.
really-
It was like a brandy glass full
it
of
was
green
real.
M&Ms, and
No, you had to. It was definitely Rider Strong. We all remember.
yes,
that.
we all remember Rider Strong was randomly
Rider Strong
on
was
there.
the first thing on his rider. For sure. What else did you want? Oh, cronies? You requested?
Yeah, I requested some cronies. I just want some cronies. I don't know. Is Bryce busy? I don't know.
Ooh, is Bryce coming back? Now you can go on a friendship walk with him.
This is amazing.
yeah.
Bryce the friendship walk.
Bryce! We're going to be so
from
disappointed
San
if we
Francisco.
get there.
Hey, bro.
Is he
I heard
really,
all
is he
about
really
you.
from San Fran?
He was from San Francisco.
Did you make friends at camp that you still keep in
Yeah,
touch with?
there's people I did. There's such.
Was it like real summer camp where like, oh, we're going to be friends forever, then you guys never
No,
write each
I
other?
still talk to. In fact, I met a girl there a couple years ago, and I dated her for a year.
Oh, yeah,
that's
I
awesome.
met her at camp, and we didn't have sex at camp. We just made out.
Not allowed at camp.
And we just we're in a bunk bed. And I remember making out. And she goes, "All right, you have to go. I have to go to sleep." And I got up and I hit my head because it was the ceiling. And it just felt like, oh my god, I'm a kid. This should be the film.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
Is and it was just it's an unbelievable experience. Wait till you've never been to camp.
Not really, no.
You're gonna shit your pants. And I tell everybody about this.
Promise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I hope so.
Actually,
I hope so.
remind me to add extra underwear to my rider.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking at your rider right now, real quick. We got Rider Strong. We got a brownie cup full of M&Ms, Toe Jam and/or Earl, Devin Sawa, and a one away too quick. All right,
Yeah, Devin Sawa.
we need all of those things and cronies.
and cronies, yes.
But dude, I went to LA, and the next year we got the same group, and we went to Nashville, the Nashville camp, and the next year went to San Antonio.
Oh, so you like
So, yeah,
travel?
I was gonna
Yeah,
ask,
I go
like,
every
yeah.
year,
You're a
and
Camp No
like,
Counselors
and then I
group,
asked him. I
yeah.
said, I want to be an investor in this. This is just like I love this so much. And of course, my business manager's like, "What are you doing? You're not going to make any." I'm like, "Fuck you! This is going to be a fortune, and I don't even care because I want to go to camp forever." And they gave me a free pass anytime I want to go to camp. I'm like, it's already pretty cheap. You could probably afford to go to camp. Michael,
Shut
once
up!
a year. Yeah, I'm like, "You're ruining my dreams." And you know what? I go every year, and I'm going to go this year. I don't know which camp I'm going to go this year.
And we haven't announced what camp we're showing
Yeah,
up
yeah,
to. So
yeah.
maybe it'll be the same. Maybe it won't.
Ooh.
Oh, that would be great.
Maybe we'll start a new camp in Reykjavik.
Oh my God.
Yeah, everyone go to Iceland with me.
Cold camp.
Camp Kolk. Yeah.
Yeah. Cold Camp Kulk.
Are you excited, dude? Like, did you ever, Mac? Like, I guess it's weird if you guys haven't gone to camp before, because it was such old hat to me that I guess it's the concept of like an adult bar mitzvah. I guess
It's different though. It's different.
It's different than a bar mitzvah.
It's different, but it doesn't have to be.
Can we make it more
know?
bar mitzvah like?
Yeah, can we do like a Star
Is there
Wars
any way we
theme
can
bar
chew
mitzvah?
up this camp?
You could probably, you know what? You could probably do whatever you want.
All right,
That's
fair
the
enough.
great thing. And they have these talent shows. You go if you want to sing something or act stupid or whatever. You go on these nature walks, as I talked
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
You eat. I'm telling you, the food. Like,
there's,
you're-
like-
you just feel. I'm
and there's
telling
parties, too,
you're-
right?
That's the difference. When you
Yeah.
go at night, look, all your liquor's included. They take care of your sleep. Everything. Once you get there, you do nothing. You unload. You go. You're in your bunk bed. I try to get a top bunk.
Okay.
'Cause sometimes there's drunks.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be. But everybody's always so cool. And you bring a fan, so you know some of the sound, the white noise.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do you have to worry
Yeah.
about snorers?
I like to fart.
Okay, you're a sleep farter?
Well, I'm not asleep. I'm awake when I fart.
Okay.
But you know
So
the
you
parties.
do it more for other people. Mac, who I had the pleasure of bunking next to at Nick and Lindsay's wedding, is the loudest snorer I've ever met.
I
in
know.
my entire life.
I'm a petite guy.
Nasal
but-
strips work.
Yeah, I've tried that. I've
work.
tried that. I mean, you know, yeah. I'm thankful. My current girlfriend, she was like, she uses a white noise machine normally. She goes, I don't need it anymore because I am just.
She uses
You're her
your
white noise?
snores as white
I'm
noise?
her white noise machine.
You know,
now.
you should create an app.
Yeah.
Max
Max-
sleep app.
yeah.
It's your white noise.
Mac Sleep app, and then in parentheses, Nia. There you go. I
And
love
it
it.
should be just you snoring for 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm
That'll
pretty
put
sure.
people to sleep.
Pretty sure I could pull that off.
Loop it.
Yeah, I can pull it off. You know,
Business ideas.
Well-
do you want to invest in that too, man?
I do.
Call your manager.
living the dream.
Come on, man.
This guy's a sucker. He couldn't invest in anything.
Do you do sleeping bed? Is there a mattress? What's the sleeping situation? You
Bunk
rough it?
beds.
Straight up bunk
You know,
beds.
and it's all different. You know, it's when you go as a group, you try to get all together so you could all sleep like. You know, but it's bunk beds. You're in bunk beds. Everybody's sleeping in the same bunk.
But you bring your own sheet or like anything
you bring
like that,
a
your own
sheet,
pillow
you
or
bring your
something.
sleeping bag and a pillow, and it's just simple. You know, a little cooler for whatever you want at night, like little treats and stuff if you need them. And the theme parties are like they had a space theme party, and you wear like everybody wears onesies that are like space suits, and you just party till like 4 a.m. and laugh and dance. And there's a great DJ, and there's one on Friday night, one on Saturday night. And the activities, you do a big color war where there's 4 different teams, and you have this big, you know, what do they call wheelbarrow races and shit like that. Just all sorts. Capture the flag, and you get there, and you're easing in. Like, okay, what's this about? You don't know anybody. It's like your first day at school.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, hey man, hey, what's going on? I'm John. Oh, hey,
Hi, I'm Bryce.
And then I'm Bryce from San Francisco. And then about Saturday,
Price isn't in camp. I'm gonna be so fucking disappointed.
why does he keep talking about me? But about midway through Saturday morning, it feels like now it's a family. I don't know what it is, but every year it's the same thing where you're just like, hey. You might feel awkward, but halfway through Saturday, after breakfast even, you're like, I'm in.
And here's something.
I'm in.
And Warren, I mean, I think we've
Can't wait to make out with you.
we've talked
Dude,
about
let's
it.
do it. Let's roll.
Watch your head, bro.
the
You got to
podcast.
make out at camp, bro.
All right, all
And
right.
if nobody's doing it, I'm there, bro.
All right, thanks, dude.
You can't be the only kid at camp not making out.
Wait, is Bryce single?
I'm gonna find out.
Warren,
all
we
right,
might
all
make
right.
out with you in a completely non-HR predatory way because we actually have a contest going.
Oh yeah.
You can go to bunnyears.com/CNC. If you submit a video telling us why you're the best camper, we will fly you and a guest to join us at Camp No Counselors.
Wherever we may go.
At some point when we may go, wherever
That's a
we may
good
go.
deal.
Yeah.
So they make a video of them just going, here's why I love camp. Here's why I'm the perfect candidate to go to camp. Blah, blah, blah. And then you guys judge this?
Yep.
Independent panel.
Yes, independent panel. Yep,
Right.
Yeah.
And they have you have till
Us.
September 1st to submit because, like, legit, Warren, we're bringing one of you, 2 of you. I mean, one of you plus a guest. There we go.
Yeah.
To camp with us.
I hope it's Bryce.
Oh my God! I hope it's too bright. I hope Bryce has got cloning technology, cloned himself.
Oh
Two
my
Bryces.
God.
Two Bryce for the price of one.
Let me tell you something. I don't
We
think...
finish each other's
Supers.
Bryces.
Dude, that day when I yelled Bryce across, if you could have seen his face, I promise you he won't be going. He was like, great.
Oh God.
You're 44 years old and you're excited about a friendship. Like, I'm like, yeah, I am, motherfucker.
Oh, no, man, I'm
Camp's
so-
not
Were
right
you
for
doing
you.
like the loose like way?
Oh yeah,
like hey,
dude,
Bryce.
I lost it. I let go, Mac. I was literally going, Bryce, friendship walk this morning. Remember, that was awesome.
Hey, bro.
I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot.
Now I'm just seeing myself in the third person, and now I realize how ridiculous I look, and
I'm
I
a
love
loser.
Oh, amazing. What's are there sports stuff there? Are you big? Are you or no?
You don't have to be an athlete. It's kickball. It's archery. It's arts and crafts. It's
My
you can
favorite
ma-
sport.
Dude,
Yeah, my favorite part- my favorite sport's
let
arts and
me-
crafts, too.
You sign up for what you want to do. If you want to sit in your room and be a loser, do it. If you want to sit by the lake and hang out and have a beer with friends, do it. If you want to go, whatever you want to do, camp is whatever you want it to be.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna go notebooking. I'm gonna
Go
I'm just gonna
notebooking.
go notebooking.
What is notebooking?
It's
Yeah,
me and my
please.
notebook. Just me and my notebook.
Walking
listening to-
around with your thoughts?
Yeah,
I thought it was you and Ryan Reynolds.
No, just I'm yeah, it's me and Ryan Reynolds.
That's what he calls when him and Ryan Reynolds have their secret trysts.
I'm in,
It's
I'm in the
notebooking.
forest. I'm writing down some poetry, listening to Matthew Starr or something. I don't know. Just thinking a notebook. And you can too.
Yeah. Yeah, Bryce. Where are you?
Yeah, where are you,
Who's
Bryce?
laughing now?
Bunny ears dot CNC. What are some other summer traditions? Are you big amusement park guys?
Yeah, every year I take 20 of my friends to Six Flags.
Holy
and
shit.
then we go to the
Nice.
Olive Garden right
Nice.
after. No, we do.
Love it.
They hook us up at
In-
the Olive Garden.
In Valencia, right across
In Santa Clarita.
Okay, Santa Clarita. Rather.
So
Excuse
it's
me.
a group of guys. You guys are more than welcome to come next year, and we just hit roller coasters all day, and then we hit the Olive Garden.
Nice.
What's your favorite ride at Magic Mountain?
It's the not X2. X2 hurts
Fuck
my
X2.
neck.
Yep.
There's the one that splits. It's new. What's it called?
Twisted Colossus.
Twisted Colossus.
I almost blacked out on that. It
Dude,
was fun.
that is just a smooth, fun ride. Boy, oh boy.
It's one of the unexpectedly fastest roller coasters I've ever been on in my entire life.
Yeah.
It doesn't beat the shit out of you in the X2 way, but it's an ordeal. I loved it, man.
Yeah, Superman's always fun.
I was just about to say, the last time I went to Six Flags was one in New Jersey, and we
Great
rolled out of
Adventure?
bed. Yeah,
Yeah.
Great Adventure, and got there, and it was we got there right as it opened and stuff like that, and then start riding Superman right away. My eyes were bloodshot for the next 2 hours because they were barely even awake anyway, and then that one was just you're dangling and it's shaking you, and for real, I popped blood vessels in my eyeballs. I was like, all right, why don't we just ease into this, guys? Let's have a churro real quick. Yeah. So,
You were done for-
Superman. Fucked me up for about a good hour or so afterward, man. So
we've all been to Six Flags here. Everyone been to Disneyland?
Yeah, I prefer Disney World. I go almost.
Okay.
I go there every year too.
Do you really?
For Christmas, yeah. I know you're looking at me like Bryce looked at
oh,
me.
no, I was looking at
let's
his
do
backpack.
Oh no,
Your
I'm
Disney
a
World
huge
backpack.
fucking Disney nerd, dude. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Disney World by far is the best.
Yeah.
the new Avatar ride is incredible. It's Space Mountain's always fun. I
Do
love
you
to go
hit
to Epcot.
all of the parks when
all
you
the
go?
parks, yeah.
What's your favorite of the? What are there 5?
They're all different. I mean, Magic Kingdom's always great because it's the old school
The
rides like
classic,
Space
yeah.
Mountain. I like the Yeti ride. What's it called? The,
Matterhorn.
No.
The Matterhorn one?
Matterhorn only exists
No.
in Disneyland.
Oh, really?
I don't know that ride.
No, it's it's Everest.
Everest is fun.
Expedition Everest.
Expedition Everest, which is at
It's a roller coaster at Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom.
Right? Yeah.
And then I like to do the guided little safari. That's fun. It's cute.
Yeah.
right?
Well, Mac, you got recently. You're not a huge Disney guy, but didn't you recently get into
Was Defunct Land.
YouTube
Yeah.
Disney video guys?
Yeah. It's a guy, the Defunct Land. It's all about their old rides that don't exist anymore and
Or
what happened.
planned parks that never happened.
Yeah.
It's really fucking cool.
It's
man.
actually
You'd
really.
dig it.
You'd actually really dig it.
Yeah, if you're a
He's got a
Disney
good
guy.
sized catalog too, so there's a lot of stuff to see.
Rides that never made it.
Yeah, rides
Yeah,
that never made,
exactly.
or ones that closed, things like that.
Were
Things
there any
only
that
lasted a
you
month.
wish that were back? That looks cool.
I remember there was Body Wars or something like that.
Body
It
Wars was awesome.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was at Epcot. That was
Yeah.
where they shrunk you down.
And you were then you're in the body.
It was a
kind of
roller
thing.
coaster,
Yeah.
but the idea it was like Interspace the ride basically.
Yeah.
You went through the bloodstream and all this shit. It was really fucking
But
fun.
yeah, you should check it out. Actually, I've been watching a lot with the ladies, so we've been talking about doing a
Disney
Disney
trip?
World kind of thing. Actually go
That's
for
awesome.
go for a week and stuff.
So speaking of
she
anything-
knows a few people there.
After Mania last year, after WrestleMania in Orlando, my friends were all like, all right, let's fly back to LA. And I went, you know what? I'm going to fly back a day later and go to Epcot by myself. I did this last year. And because I remember as a kid, Epcot blew my mind because I'm a huge Disneyland fan. And Animal Kingdom's fun and all that, but I was like, I'm an adult. And the thing that people do...
Are you?
No, not at all, because here's
Are
what
you?
happened. The thing that people do about Epcot is they do the whole drinking around the world thing.
Oh, yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
about
yeah.
that?
Oh, yeah, I couldn't do that. I'm not a I'm
I
a
can't
lightweight.
hang, right? So I vaped around the world. I smoked pot in every country in Epcot. And by the time I got to Canada, I wanted to die. I just was so hot and tired.
I think everybody does when they get to Canada.
Fair enough.
I'm kidding. I love Canada. But by the way, you just ruined it. Disney World's oh, these guys are talking up Disney World. We're going to give them free pass. And then he goes, and then I got stoned,
Yeah,
wicked
oh, yeah.
stoned pot
I'm pretty sure we
every
can still angle a free
country.
pass. They don't know my name. No, Disney's fucking fun, man. I haven't. You did Avatar Land?
Yeah, it's incredible. Avatar Land is just bananas awesome. It's the most. Can you get through there?
Max got a. He's grabbing a beverage real quickly.
Oh, I thought he was hitting the turlet.
Yeah, I didn't know what was happening at first, but it's just a beverage.
He's
so
like,
it's
I'm done with this podcast. This sucks.
Welcome to Michael and Matt Talk Theme Parks.
Yeah, we're talking about everything I love. This is great.
Disney's great. Have you done any of the Disneys in other countries,
That's
dude?
good stuff too. What's my
Have
favorite?
you done any of the foreign Disney parks?
No, Paris good.
Paris is fun. Tokyo is great, but the thing at Tokyo. Well, here's the thing, Mac. It's Tokyo Disneyland is basically regular Disneyland with a couple rides. The thing that they have special there is next to Disneyland, they have an entire separate park called Tokyo Disneysea. And that is a one-of-a-kind thing. The entire thing is based around water. Instead of a castle, they have a volcano in the middle, which is a Jules Verne-themed land with a journey to the center of the earth and a Nautilus. They have a Little Mermaid land that its entire thing is underground and it feels like you're underwater.
That's in Tokyo?
That's in Tokyo. It's the coolest fucking place I've ever been in my entire life. Is Disneysea.
Yeah, people who are fans of Disney, like they all say, like, yeah, the Tokyo one is like that place.
Oh,
to go.
it was fucking nuts. And I do want to go to Shanghai because they have like, basically they have all of the rides we have, but built in 2018 with like modern, insane technology.
So it's probably better than the Disney World? No way.
I don't know.
I've never been.
I've
we'll
never
have
been.
to go to Shanghai and
You've
find
just
out,
been to Disneyland
fellas.
in Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Have you done Paris?
I've not done Paris. I know it's been right down the road from me for all those years, and never
Mac,
went to Disney Paris.
I think there's a Disney Paris trip in our.
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
going to Paris.
Are you really?
In October for some convention. Paris Manga? Paris? I can't pronounce it. I'm fucking it up.
Yeah.
But anyway, I should do that. Why shouldn't I do that?
Yeah, right, dude. It's like a day trip. It's not even a day trip. It's like an hour outside of Paris.
It's
right?
less than an hour. Like it's like it's
I'm
kind of it's
doing
actually
it.
kind of near Versailles and stuff like that. So it's only about 35 minutes, I think, outside the
in.
city.
Have you been to Paris before?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I do. Everything was a little expensive, but I guess it's probably like LA now, right?
Yeah.
It's about the same.
Yeah, the euros dipped.
Yeah, the money wasn't great then.
Yeah. You know, ever since Greece. Thanks, Greece.
Austerity measures.
Yeah, because when I was living there, it was almost a 2-for-1 kind of thing. It was $2 for every euro. Now it's like about like $1.25, something like that, like $1.30. So so my rent's gotten lowered pretty much just because of Greece. Yeah, there you go. Again, way to go, Greece.
Because I guess traveling.
Way to crisis.
Traveling's a big part of the summer too. I know, like in Europe, basically. People who work get the summer off, right? Like in Germany, don't they get like 6 weeks off in the summer? Or
Yeah,
something?
I mean, the whole city shuts down in August, pretty
like
much.
most
in
European
Paris,
cities.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
They all
Everyone
get
summers.
like summer vacation, like you do as kids in school in other
With
countries.
adults?
Yeah, adults get summer vacation.
Yeah, like
in
all the
Europe.
shops on my street are pretty much closed, like all through August.
Sounds like we need a Camp No Counselors
Fuck yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reykjavik. We said it before, man.
Yeah. Just go to the south of France somewhere. Can no counselors.
Hey, it could happen.
Can no counselors.
Camp no can.
Can No Counselors. I like
Let's
that.
fucking do it. Did you travel a lot growing up in the summer? Like, because it
Not
doesn't sound
really.
like you were just chilling at your house.
My parents, I was kind of like the black sheep. Like my parents would like throw me to my grandparents for the summer while they took my brother to like Jamaica.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they threw me at the Catskills with my grandparents, which you know what? I'm glad they did.
We're gonna go see some Zero Mostel stand
Yeah,
up and stuff. Yeah.
exactly. Buddy Hackett's playing at the Concord. You know what? I don't regret it. Those were the best days of my life.
I recently found out my grandmother got married thrice at the Neville.
Wow.
Wow.
Lucky place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did they give you a choice, or were they just like, you
No
get
choice.
Catskills, he gets Jamaica?
No God.
There is no God.
No God.
What was the age difference? Was he older, younger?
6.5 years younger.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's why.
Yeah.
They couldn't. Yeah, but they flew me. It's weird because I got them back because I was at a. When I said I didn't go to a camp, I went to. It was a day camp behind the bungalow colony, but just for like the day.
In the Catskills.
We would just play softball and stuff. It was not really a camp in the Catskills. But I remember they took me to a movie once. No, there's 2 incidents. One, they took me to see Saturday Night Fever. I was a child. What are they doing? And I remember I left the theater. I used to stay for the credits because I don't know. And I walked out. And
You were waiting for Nick Fury.
You were waiting for a Nick Fury
I
scene.
beat you there, Mac.
Yeah, I know. We were both there.
But I walked out and everyone's gone. And I was alone. It's like 30 miles outside. I was just alone, a little boy. And I went up to a cop and I go, I think my camp left me, or they left me. So this cop took me home and drove up in a police car.
Did they leave
and
you?
all the other Jews are hanging around watching, going, what happened? What is wrong with this kid?
Oh, you
He's
should-
the only one that's left behind.
Oh, that's amazing.
You should have actually like said to them, like, all right, listen, before we go, could you handcuff me? Like,
You know what? If I knew what I knew now.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then one time we're, same camp, we went to Action Park.
Oh my
God.
God.
Yeah, which people died there.
I
No,
went to
I know.
Action
There's actually
Park,
a
yeah.
defunct land about Action Park and just all the accidents there. And like,
Dude,
you
what
know,
a
And the
fucked
Johnny
up
Knoxville
place.
movie, I think. that
yeah,
came
it
out
was
this
it was
summer, yeah.
because it was quite affordable. That was this kind of thing. So it was a lot of drunks.
Well, they
and
also
things like
their
that.
rides weren't like roller coasters or Ferris wheels. They were like a long rope.
Yeah,
or, like,
yeah.
a dangerous
Yeah,
bucket.
dude.
Like it was fucking insane.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could do whatever you wanted.
Look, here's a
there.
life preserver. Go
Yeah.
down this. Go down this
Well,
slide.
they had the upside down slide, which was the thing they were most.
Oh, the
famous
loop-de-loop
for.
thing.
The
Yeah.
loop-de-loop.
Just asking for it. Look, you know, yeah.
I
People
remember
died.
We,
No, people
they did.
really
They
died.
died.
Deaths, yeah,
we
yeah.
drove back. I remember there was a camper in a station wagon, and we hit the car in front of us, and I somehow fell out of the car. I was
Out the
I was
door?
okay. I was a little scratched, and like they
Was
brought
the window open?
Yeah, how did you get out? Did you phase through?
I
like
forgot, but I
Kitty
remember
Pryde?
falling out like the it was an old shitty station wagon.
Are you
I
the,
fell
are
out
you
of
the
it.
Vision?
I think what happened was we were opening the car. We thought it was, and then it doesn't matter. I was on the concrete, and they took us all to the hospital just to check us out. And I remember my grandparents were there, like they live 30 miles out, but my parents are in Indiana, so they said, "Hey, do you want to call your mom?" So of course I was like, "Yeah, sure." So instead of calling my grandparents who would have come and got me, I called my
Called your mom
mother.
in Indiana.
Mom, hey, I'm at the hospital. She's like, what? You know, it's like, holy shit. So that she freaked out. But,
Really quick,
Did she pick you up?
no, she didn't pick me up. It serves her right. You're in fucking Jamaica? Well, I'm in a car crash, you fucking bitch.
the inverse of the camp leaving you behind.
You're showing her now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
The inverse of the camp leaving you behind story. Really quickly, I remember we were in like.
A camp picked you up?
No, I forget. We were in like, let's say we were in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and we were driving like 5 hours somewhere else, and we left a location, and they did the head count, and all of the campers were there, and then like 2 hours into the bus ride, someone went, "Hey, where's Sarah?" And we realized we had left one of the counselors at the previous location, and we're already like 3 hours down the road, and there were no
jeez.
cell phones or anything back then.
You had to drive back?
No, like 2 days later, she finally caught up with us somehow.
She like walked.
I don't know how she got there. It was the funniest.
Those were
shit
the
ever.
days, huh?
Yeah.
You know, those were the days, brothers.
Where you could get lost.
When you said, hey, Danny or Bryce, I'll meet you at the theater at 7.
Yeah.
And if you just trusted that they
Yep.
would be there. Mm-hmm. There was something innocent and fun. There
Yep.
was like you sit around and people talk like we're talking right
Yeah.
now, and you didn't have these phones. I'm telling you, there was something just amazing about
You remembered
it.
everyone's phone numbers that you
I
liked,
remember
you
all
know?
my
Yep.
friends. Mike Curry, 6063.
Call him right now.
853 6468 Danny Cutter. Call him. I will. I'll fucking call Danny Cutter. You know
I
what?
meant the audience
Why don't
should,
I
but-
call the Currys right now? See if they answer. Should I?
Go for it, man.
See, do you have Bryce's number?
Yeah, let's call Bryce real quick.
Yeah, because I've been meaning to get his number. So if you have it, just send it to
The
me.
number you have reached has been disconnected.
Oh,
You are
shit.
no longer in service.
That just made me sad.
Guys, Bunny Ears is starting our second podcast. It's a serial style investigation where we find out what happened to the Currys.
You know what? Hang on. I think I dialed the wrong number. I mean, that was like. I think they still have time and temperature. Remember, you'd call them and they were like, "Time and temperature."
Yes.
The time is 8:14.
Yep.
I still call it.
It's ringing.
Hold on.
He's calling someone we
I'm
don't
gonna hang
know.
up though.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll say it's just. I bet that.
Prank him. Yeah. Give him
gonna
the
change
Bart
my
Simpson.
voice.
Okay.
Is your refrigerator running?
Yeah, leave a message.
I bet it's Sherry Curry's gonna answer. Come on, Sherry.
Come on,
Come on, Sherry.
Come on, Sherry.
Sherry, Sherry.
No,
No, they have an answering
maybe
machine.
an answer machine. You think they still have an answer machine?
It would be great. I don't know.
Hello. Please leave a message after the tone.
He's got a weird voice, your buddy.
Hey, Mr. Curry, Mrs. Curry, it's Michael Rosenbaum. Just want to say, hey, what's up? See, if you're still living there, just trying to give you a shout. I'll get a hold of Mike. Just want to say hi. Macaulay?
Hi.
Hi, also.
See ya. I think
you
that's
go.
them, though. I think that's their house.
We got him.
They probably have an answering machine on tape, like an actual magnetic tape. You know?
I still have my home answer machine. If you
Do you
call my
really?
house right now, it's my answer machine.
You have an actual answering machine?
Answer machine.
I was watching. Oh,
And like, so you just hit like the play button and you have to rewind
I
it
have
and
to
everything?
play- yes.
Yeah, I love it. You know?
Why not?
Do you use tape? Like tape or is it
It's
digital?
digital.
All right, yeah. But still, loves it.
I
Fun.
like having a home phone.
Yeah.
Do you have a home phone? Does anyone use it?
Yeah, because I live in the hills, so sometimes their cells
Yeah.
don't work, so it's good to have a home phone.
Do you have like a cool, like old? Because now you live in a world where you can basically buy any home phone that ever existed because no one owns them anymore. Do you have like a really cool home phone?
like a
I
rotary
wouldn't.
phone.
I should.
Garfield phone or a hamburger phone?
I should get a payphone.
I was just about to say,
I
get
always
an old
wanted a
payphone.
payphone.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, that would be cool.
Yeah, get a payphone, dude.
I'm gonna get a payphone, brah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the,
bro.
the whole booth and everything. Looking at you.
Oh my
Like a full little booth.
gosh.
You can do that.
And like a
You
phone
can
book.
do that.
I
You
am
can
such-
graffiti
You see
it
my
yourself.
mind working.
Yeah, I know.
You see
I can
it
see
working.
it. I can
Even
see
cooler, get the phone booth, but rip the phone off, so it's just that cord hanging.
Yeah, like just make sure it smells like piss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to be authentic.
Yeah,
Speaking of
yeah.
smelling like
Go to him.
piss, that's not even a real segue. We like to play a game here on the show, Mr. Rosenbaum, called Clock Blockers. We haven't played it in a minute.
Oh yeah, it
This
has.
is a fun episode.
Yeah, we haven't done one.
So here's how this works. Warren, you know the game. You love it. Mac and Michael have a chess clock between them, and we're going to pick a category, and they're going to go back and forth. So basically, go for it, Mac. You
So
got it.
it'll be
Yeah.
like something like, okay, like let's say it's types of it could be just girls' names. You just name any kind of so it'd be like Jessica, and then your
So
thing
we
is
keep
going.
stopping it.
Yeah. So now your clock is going. Now you have to just name
Sarah.
the girls exactly, and then Jennifer.
That's the game.
And so boom,
Barb.
and so until we get through like an entire category.
Whoever runs
the
out
broader,
first,
the
yeah.
broader, the better kind of thing.
All right.
How about
Things associated with summer? Pretty broad.
all right? Just anything associated with summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. All
right.
right, folks. Minute 30 on the clock.
right.
Let's block some clocks.
I have to hit it at the same time.
No.
It's clock blockers.
Oh yeah.
Summer camp.
Farting.
Barbecues.
Marshmallows cooking.
Swimming pools.
Snoring.
Bryce.
Snoring.
Bryce.
Diving.
Snorkeling.
God, there's so many things. Capture the flag.
Kickball.
Talent show.
Archery.
Softball.
Notebooking.
Arts and crafts.
Friendship walks.
Gosh, you're stealing all mine. Dancing.
Inner tubing.
Did you say nature walk?
No, I didn't.
Okay, you said friendship walk. That's different.
I know. Completely
You
different.
just go on your own nature walk.
Getting sand in your vagina.
Sleeping in bunk beds.
Flying a kite.
Eating corn dogs at the commissary.
Making out on your bunk bed.
Hitting your head on the bunk bed.
Stubbing your toe on the bunk bed. You dumb.
Enough with the bunk bed.
Beach balls.
Smoking a joint in the woods.
Ooh, nice. Oh, yeah. Sneaking cigarettes.
Oh, swimming off the high, jumping off the high dive.
Oh,
I said
going to action park.
Dying at action.
Dying at action park.
Color Wars.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Human Battleship. We played that last summer.
Slip and slide.
Oh, nice. Hopscotch.
Dodgeball.
Baseball. You
I
said
said
softball.
softball. You're right. I said softball.
Different game.
One's harder. The baseball one is harder.
Hooking up with a counselor.
Getting a sunburn.
Gosh, you're killing me now. Being who you want to be.
Water slides. No, water slides. Yeah. I think
I said slip and slides.
No, that's different.
Trapeze.
Trembumpolines.
Canoeing.
I already said inner tubing. Dang it. Fishing.
Diarrhea.
Corn dogs. Speaking of diarrhea.
Getting corn dog.
Putting condiments on your corn dog. What do you
Wearing
think?
condoms.
Water balloon fight.
Falling in love.
Getting brokenhearted.
Meeting new friends.
Never writing those friends ever again.
Meeting old friends.
Finding a future girlfriend.
Maybe working for the camp.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Beach towels.
Hammered.
MC Hammer.
Stoned.
Drunk.
Back one by 47 seconds.
No,
Cole.
4.7 seconds.
Wow, that was a
tight.
close
Oh,
one.
I was getting sweaty. It was right.
I know,
hard.
me too, right?
You forget about things. Oh my god.
I know. That's why the broader the category, like the harder it is in a funny way. Because it's like I could say anything.
That's really fun.
Isn't that fun?
Mr. Rosenbaum, you were fun. This was a fun conversation.
Oh,
Thank you for
yeah.
coming on the show.
What a
Yeah.
treat.
Yeah, this
what a
was
treat.
amazing.
Thank you for having me.
Where can folks find you online?
Well, I get a new podcast.
And your podcast,
Yeah.
yeah. Please tell us
it's called
about it.
Inside
Yeah,
of
yeah,
You.
yeah.
It's called Inside Friday Evening with Michael Rosenbaum. It's on iTunes. It's free. We just did Dave Bautista, Kristen Bell, a bunch of
cool.
fun
Nice.
people. I'm going to have you on. For God's sake, you guys got to come on.
Fantastic.
What else? Twitter's, they couldn't fit Rosenbaum, so it's at mrosenbum. and Instagram is the Michael Rosenbaum. So
Awesome.
That's it.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys rock.
And Warren, if you want to possibly join us, or maybe Michael, it sounds like at Camp No Counselor this summer. We're not telling you where. We're not telling you when.
Look it up on your own.
Yeah, go to
kids.
bunnyears.com/CNC to submit, or just go to campnocounselors.com to check it all out. Mac, where you at on the things?
I'm at Incredible Culk on the Twitters.
Yeah, you are.
And I am Culkamania on the Instagrams.
Yeah, you are, buddy.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
Block
on all-
those suckers out.
I'm on all the things at Camel Toad. We are on Twitter at Bunny Ears Pod, on Instagram at Bunny Ears Podcast. Go to bunnyears.com. Check out the articles, buy some shit. And as always, folks,
You should also tell them to call.
yeah, as always, you should give us a call. It's 845-393-4629. That's 845-EASY-E-HOAX. Leave us a voicemail. We'll play it at the end of the show, maybe. Also, just as a side note, keep those things under like a minute, because people are sending us like 10-minute voicemails.
Yeah.
And I love listening to them.
How about 10 seconds fast?
Beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
We love those.
10 to 20 second pocket, you're in. You're on the show.
Yeah, you're on the show.
You made it out of the show.
You're
Over
the next
10, you're out.
You're a young Jodie Foster.
And that's about it. That's a summer task.
Yeah.
What a great fun. This was
Bunny Ears.
easy. It was so fun.
Thanks,
Yeah,
dude.
it's super
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You know what
I
I
can't
was
wait to not do yours.
Yeah.
You bastard!
You tricked me.
Price?
No, I'm happy to talk about this shit. I love it.
Matt,
good.
what else do we like to talk about? What do we like to tell the Warren at the end of every show?
Try not to suck too much dick, and if you do, send us some pics.
Send them to bunnyers.com/CNC.
Find
Summer!
me,
Yay!
gag me, take me to the bunny ranch. Find me.
Yo, what's up, guys? First time caller, long time listener. Love the podcast. Happy to hear you guys are going to be doing some live shows in the future. Matt, my name's Dallas, by the way. I don't know if I said that. You guys come to Philadelphia, Matt, I'm going to make sure you get some weed. Peace. Yo, Matt and Matt. Dude, you guys are awesome. I listen to you guys all the time when I'm delivering pizzas. Just listen to your Frey Prince episode. You guys have to get him back on. Just talk about that Pirates game. That shit was dope. Try not to suck too many dicks, bud.
You know, ever since I discovered Bunny Ears, the one song that's been stuck in my head every single day is "Find me, gag me, take me to the bunny ranch." I can't get enough. Love you.
A Bunny Ears LLC production.
You are freaking lumberjack!